we might see it when the cameraman stands for the serve, but I think, are you just setting it up?
I'm just setting up.
Yeah, so then just set it up and, yeah, it's right there. Perfect. There's no way. Yeah, and what are the odds? I mean, the odds are, there was nothing quite like, we went back and like counted, it was like a minute and 38 seconds of silence. Oh, that was unreal. Oh. We're gonna get really good, like, what are the odds that we are this good? And we weren't scheduled to. I know. Thanks God. Shit. This great spike there, number 13. And the thing is, I was watching.
Good afternoon to all of you watching this game between Marquette Manor Baptist Academy and Community Baptist Christian School. We've got a good one for you guys today. I am Gabe Sampson, and I'm joined by none other than the James Darian. How are you today, James?
Thank you for that kind introduction, Gabriel. I appreciate that a lot. I want everyone in the audience to know he prefers to be called Gabriel, not just Gabe.
Okay.
Thank you for being here with us, everybody tuning into the live stream of Community versus Marquette. Sorry, we're having a little bit of a scheduling conflict here as the other guys showed up. Yes, we switched. Wait, feel free to sit. If you want to come on over. All right, this game is underway. We've got the Community Cougars with that first serve. Turns out to be an ace.
If you're watching this game online, be sure to tell your family and friends they can watch this game too by going to dbc.edu and tapping Watch Live, or going to YouTube and searching Eagles Sports Network. Nice.
All right, pretty standard defensive formations from both teams, Gabe. What do you think about this matchup here?
You know, I am kind of interested to see what other defensive formations they have. Like, what other formations are there in volleyball, James?
Generally, you have like the 3-3 defense. That's
Okay.
kind of the standard.
Then is there a 2-2-2?
I've seen some 2-1-2-1s before.
So kind of like a staggered 3-3.
It's kind of like a staggered 3 or so. Yeah, a lot of times you see the 3-1-2. Where
you?
the person in the middle comes up a little bit, or
Okay.
all three in the front move back with the it's pretty complicated once you get into it. I'm basically what you'd call a professional, so I do know all of these volleyball sports terms.
Okay. Well, interesting. Community not able to get it over there. Score of 2-1. Scalzitti, the senior, with another serve here. If you are watching this game, be sure to leave a comment. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout-out on this live stream.
I can't think of Marquette Manor, the Minutemen, without thinking of the time we lost to them in 5th and 6th basketball. It's a stain on our record. Would have been an undefeated season.
Did it leave you scarred for life?
I mean, I still think about it every time I see him, so yeah, probably.
Nice, nice. We've got a substitution here from Community. We've got number 13, Jazzy Pete, coming out, and number 10, Sophia Martin, coming in.
All right. We've had a successful play. I'm sorry. What would these be called? Round robin rounds. Successful this morning as we get into the early evening here. Have you seen any other games, Gabe, so far as front runners of the tournament?
I have not, but if you go to the website, again, dbc.edu, you'll see the standings. It looks like we've got some quality teams here. From what I've seen, I believe that Arthur and Heritage are at the top of their conferences. I think Quinton Road is up there as well.
Wow, powerful spike by number 14. What is her name, Gabe?
14 is Jasmine
Marquette.
Adioti.
Jasmine
Adioti.
A very strong spike from her.
It's got to be the shoes.
Listen, I mean, the girls have really stepped up the style as far as volleyball shoes go. When we were in high school, it was all the Asics. You know, they were all just kind of lame volleyball shoes.
Yeah.
But it seems like, you know, there's a lot more variety these days.
Okay.
I start to see that.
Okay. What other shoes have you seen?
These ones. I'm not exactly sure what they are. I'm not really what you call a sneakerhead. But, you know, I'm just saying there's more variety out there on the floor. I think you can agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, the score is 4-3.
Adioti with another serve.
Community trying to get it, but pulls back to the last second. That's going to be out of bounds for Community point.
Now, one thing you want to remember in this gym is we have split our basketball court in half, and this court over here, Community side by the wall.
That ball flies out of bounds.
Community spot by the wall over there. You are allowed to step, I believe, 1 foot inside the court when you serve, but it's kind of confusing because once you serve, then it goes back to a regulation volleyball court there. So you got to play tight to the wall.
Thank you for that apt description, Gabe. Real?
We've got Bree Kamibayashiyama here with the serve.
Honestly, that was brave, and you pulled it off. I mean, there's no way to know if that was the proper pronunciation. We're sorry if we butchered it, but that was impressive, Gabe. I've got to give you that. Did you just read that?
I will give you an inside scoop. My wife used to go to Marquette Manor.
Don't even start with
So
me
she went to school with some of the Kamibayashiyamas.
And you just have, what, practiced saying their last name since then? Or
Well,
what?
I mean, you hear the name once, I don't think you forget it.
Okay, well, there you go. And it is all tied up at 6, Gabe, with another ace from Community.
Like I said, we got another good one here for you.
Both teams looking to improve their standing for tomorrow's playoff, or what are the actual rounds of the tournament starting tomorrow. The bracket play, we could call it. As Marquette pulls away with a little lead here.
Kate Scalzetti with the serve. A nice ace in the back corner there.
A lot of aces so far this game, Gabe. Real.
Let's see if these teams can tighten up their defenses. Got some good volleys going here. Scalzetti, another good serve. Muckenschnabel trying to get it over.
Now, would you consider it an advantage to be serving or a disadvantage? What would you say on that in general?
I mean, it depends on who your server is. You know what I mean?
That's true. It's very true. If you were the coach, would you rather be serving or receiving?
Serving. Oh, easy. Okay. Serving. Receiving's the hardest part.
Especially if there's a good server. I understand. And they expect a good tip.
Got a sub here. We've got Martin swapping with Pete. Where is she lining up from? That was
we
like
couldn't
all
really
the way
see her
from
from the
church
booth
lobby.
here. Yeah, she was near the auditorium entrance, Gabe. One of the longer volleys we've seen so far this game.
Yeah. Nice bump set. Spike.
Remember, the libero is not able to jump in front of the 10-foot line, so that was why. Stayed on the ground there.
We are up to 7 watching us here on the live stream. Again, if you're watching this game, let us know who you're cheering for, where you're watching from, and we'll be sure to give you a shout out here on our live stream.
Also, feel free to ask Gabriel any questions you may have about really any topic. He'll do his best to answer you.
That was a nice strong hit by Pete there.
He was voted the #1 smartest person in all of Illinois.
That is just simply not true.
In high school, is that correct, Gabe?
Not true.
Got some sort of award from some senator. This is true. He is a very smart kid. I would request for you to all put in any life question you want, relational, really any type of question. We're more than open to answering.
Matthew Palmer cheering for Badger State. Good for you, my guy. I don't know where Badger State ranks here in our
They just
rankings.
played. They're very good.
They just played?
Yeah,
Pretty good?
Previous game. Yeah, they're
Do you
very
think
good
Badger
team.
State has a chance to win it all?
You know what? I haven't seen any other teams play
Okay.
this tournament as far as like up close. But I will say Badger State looked to me like a team that could win.
Okay. There you go.
Obviously, the Arthurs and the Heritage are very strong teams. Badger State, they won the first game easily, then took it a little bit for granted and nearly lost their second game recently.
Okay.
But I could see if they're playing really hard, it'd be a formidable team. All tied up at 10 here. Sorry about that. Late scoring. Inputs. All right. Marquette seeming to find their groove here, Gabe. What do you think about that?
You know,
Oh, I have good news. I
What is
wasn't
the
that
good
far
news?
behind on the scoring. It looks like
12
we're
to
having a
9.
little bit of scorekeeper difficulties. Hold on. We're going to redo that. Make sure we have the right score for you. 12 to 9. Marquette in the lead.
Community hanging in there, 12 to 10. Again, a nice tight game here.
This is a lot of volleyball in 2 days, Gabe.
Yes, it is. These girls are probably going to be exhausted by the end of tomorrow.
The interesting thing is there's not a whole lot of time in between, and then you only play
Right.
2 games. So it's different than a normal format.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
How much do you think that plays into it for the tournament?
You know, I think the fact that all these other teams are doing the same thing, they're all probably exhausted. So this is where your strength and conditioning comes into play throughout the season. If you've been keeping up with that, then...
What was it like for you in the years you played volleyball?
Well, I haven't really played any organized volleyball like this, just kind of, your church league.
I'm sorry, my notes were wrong on that.
Yes.
I thought you were on the Eagles team.
Looks like we've got another substitution here. We've got Martin in for Pete. Nice underhand serve there.
While we were doing in the basketball tournament, you did kind of wish it could be like this. Like you could play the teams and like get get a better seeding, or maybe intentionally lose so you don't have to play a certain team.
Right, right.
I don't know how. I wonder how much thought goes into that. What do you think? You just go out there and try to win every game?
Of course.
Yeah, you just try to do that.
When you come to these tournaments, you play your hardest every single time. You don't try and...
Well, I don't know if you're trying to jockey for position for tomorrow,
Well, sure, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some teams do it. 14 to 12.
Another
Marquette.
underhand serve there.
Now, is it still Marquette Manor?
Yes, it
just-
is.
Okay, Marquette Manor.
Yep, Marquette Manor.
If you know the history of the name, please drop that in the comments. It'd be an interesting piece of trivia for Gabe to pick up.
Hey, I'd love to know.
Yes, he would. So you said your wife went to Marquette?
My wife did go to Marquette. She went there for 4 years.
Okay.
For 4 years. Graduated from there.
Did she play volleyball?
She played for 1 year.
Okay. So did she come to the tournament here?
No.
Okay.
This was before we invited Marquette to the tournament.
Got it.
Yep.
It's because we were still mad that they beat us in 5th and 6th basketball.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
Probably what it was. It's something that we would do is kind of hold that grudge.
Wow, these teams are neck and neck here.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a good game, Gabe. Strong
What a block.
there. Yeah. Number
Kami
14.
Bayashiyama there.
Yeah, you're really good at saying that.
Just rolls right off the tongue real
Yeah.
easily.
It does. It's good. 15-13. Games are to 25. There are 2 of them. If you're new to the live stream here, it is actually just 2 games, a set of 2 games, and these games will help determine the seeding for tomorrow's tournament. Now, all of the teams in one conference play all of the teams in another conference. Is that correct, Gabe?
I believe so.
So today you will play half of the teams at the tournament. If you are coming, and again, that seeds you for tomorrow. The festivities starting at what time? Do you know in the morning, Gabe?
I believe it starts at
It's like 9 a.m. 9 a.m., okay. Same format, 4 courts, 2 different gyms. This is the church gym. Another really long volley.
These are the ones where you hate to give up the point. You work so hard.
Yeah, these are very important points.
Yep.
It's been said before. It'll be said again. But those are the points that are worth more than a point.
Yes.
It helps the momentum shift.
Not able to get that serve over, and it looks like we've got Scalzitti coming up to serve here.
Giving up points on a serve has got to be so frustrating as a coach. But the hard part is, if they wanted to get every serve over, they could maybe do like an underhand or something.
Yes.
You know? But you're taking the risk of having a more powerful serve, and sometimes that window is pretty small of a good serve versus a bad serve, especially if you're trying to give a little power to it.
Yep.
So you got to give them a little bit of credit there. It's not quite like a free throw or something. A little different. A little bit more strategy in it.
Scalzitti with another good serve there. Looks like Carol Lopez Ramirez not able to get a pass over to her setter there. Let's see if Marquette can rally some points here, finish this one off, or if Community is going to come back. Like you said,
have we got
losing those?
Yep, you do. Have you heard anything back on Marquette Manor's name from the live stream yet?
So far, nothing.
All right.
Still just Matthew. Our buddy Matthew Palmer here
Some
who's cheering
fan.
for
We have
Badger
13
State.
viewers right now. Please give us the name etymology. Would that be it? Where the name came from, Marquette Manor?
I don't think etymology is the right word.
What is the word that I'm looking for?
You could just say the history.
History?
Yeah.
What is etymology?
Wouldn't etymology be the...
I don't know.
Like
You're the
that.
one who got the award for being the smartest
Okay.
kid in Illinois.
Alrighty. Kami Coffee there with a good serve.
There you go. See, that is the best position for Marquette. I mean, that's intense. That's a really hard spike from number 14. Literally, Marquette, all of the people on Marquette are just like, oh,
Yep.
goodness. They all know that was a really hard spike.
Where has that
was
been all
intense.
game? Holy
Oh,
cow.
120 points. Sorry about that. No, it's when she's in that position. She needs to be in that front left corner. Looks like she's right-handed, so it's just a little bit easier to track it from that side. Easier for the setter to put it in position for her. It's not coming across her body. It's easier to get more power that way. Plus, once she rotates out of that position, you're in the back for half the game. So, yeah, Community trying to make it happen here. Looks like they need to work out a little bit of the nerves. They're playing well, though. 22 points. Sorry about that. 22-16. 3 more points for Marquette to win. If Community wants a chance, they're going to have to pull it out now. Oh, yeah, good eye, right? I mean, we can use a baseball term here.
Yep. Good eye there. Got your contacts in today.
Number
That's
13,
good.
what was her name?
That was Jazzy Pete right there. Community sparking a little comeback here, 22-18. And that is the way to do it. That's 3 straight points right there. All started by who, James? What do we got here? Looks like a rotational error from Community. Bringing the serve back here to Muckenschnabel, the junior. A little hop in her step there to serve.
All right, game point here.
Bummer, not able to close it out on the serve there. Let's see if Community can get a nice rally going here. They rattled off 3 straight points previously. Let's see what happens here. Rachel Shuck from Community with a good serve.
And a kill to end the game from number 14. That is what we've come to expect when she's in the front row. It's an exciting first game, Gabe. What do you think? What do you think was the difference in that game between the two teams?
Honestly, I think that both teams were pretty evenly matched. It just seemed that Marquette just maintained control throughout. Towards the end there, they were able to maintain control with their spikes. They kept their serves over the net. Community just not able to send an answer back there.
Yeah, Community showed a couple, moments where they could play really well. They just got a little out of sorts there in the beginning, or towards the end of that game. So we'll see what happens going into this second game here. At what time is it exactly? 4:30 or so in the church gym at the Dayspring Volleyball Classic. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back here for the second game of round robin between the Community Cougars versus the Marquette Manor Minute Women. Can we go?
goodness. Now, James, it seemed like Community had all the right pieces to pull out a win there, but they just weren't able to do it. What do you think the coach told them at that break to rally the troops and kind of get them back into the game here? In the
Okay,
second game?
first of all, there's not much you can do against number 14 from Marquette. That was a really powerful spike. But if I was Community, I would say don't be intimidated by her. You just got to get someone up to block. It's this rotation that's the strongest for Marquette. This is the one that they pulled away at the end in. So if I were the coach, I'd say, listen, stay composed. We've practiced this. Keep it together. Don't be concerned about number 14. She is by far their most powerful spiker. I haven't really seen Marquette have a lot of power. Other players are very good, but I would just say stay composed is what my message would have been if I was the coach.
Fantastic. And just like that, we've got a score of 2-0. Marquette with the lead. Randy Clifton, good to hear from you. Marquette Manor won the first game again. They're only playing 2 sets here. It is not a best of 3. It's just 2 sets to determine seeding for tomorrow's bracket play.
How certain are you it's called a set?
I'm not certain.
I think it's a match.
Is it a match?
Lucas, what do you think?
Is it a game? Our cameraman,
Lucas, our
over
cameraman.
here.
He's just here for the cookies.
Yep. That's all he's here for.
There's cookies, yes. All right, let's add the score. Sorry, our scorekeeper got a cold, so he wasn't able to be here.
Shakir with another serve, not able to get it over. A good thing for Community is that number 14,
what is the
Jasmine,
rotation that she's serving now?
Yeah, Adiodi's in the back. Adiodi,
How did that happen?
Adiodi, I think is her name.
See, this is what I'm talking about, the defensive formations, Gabriel. Something happened
What
that she's
formation were they in there?
I'm not sure. I'm just telling
3-3?
you it's something different. I mean, for her to be there after just being in the front.
Jazzy Pete coming here for a serve. Good strong overhand. Right back to her.
Both of these teams have been coming for years to the tournament.
Have they?
As long as I can remember, at least. Which I guess I don't have the book in front of me. Yeah, I don't know how many years. If you know, please put it down in the comments. Again, I'm just really hoping for a Marquette Manor fan to explain to me their name.
It's got to be like, it's not the town that they're in. But
Is it Marquette? Are they in Marquette?
No, they're in Downers Grove.
Downers Grove, okay.
But it's got to be something like there's a street somewhere.
Named Marquette Manor.
Or maybe there was someone
Maybe
famous
there was a large manor
that he owned.
named Marquette.
Well,
It could have been that, Gabe. I'm liking that idea right now.
I don't know.
Like I said, you did not get that award for nothing. One of the biggest brains in the industry.
Pete with another strong serve there. Let's see if Community can hold on to this lead. Oh.
Those are tough. Those are tough.
Yep,
Oh, what is
play
that?
is important.
Did that go over? Or did that hit the net twice?
I think it rolled on the
Yeah,
net.
I thought it did. That's wild. A little hard to see from our vantage point.
Yep.
But Community pulling away with double the other team's score, 6-3.
And this is the great thing about volleyball, James, is you never really know which team is going to come out on top. And that's why you always play 3 or 5, what did you say,
Especially in
sets
these
or
round
matches?
robin matches, it seems, because it's really a lot to do with whatever team wants it more.
That's right.
And we've seen it a lot of times doing this, Gabe. We've been doing this for years, this commentating. And a lot of times the first team that wins takes off a little bit, takes a little break. And we've seen a lot of teams that you on the surface may not think are quite as good as the other one pull out the win.
Wow, that was a good serve. Was that Kami Bayashiyama?
You are impressive. You can just spit that out.
It's kind of fun to say that name.
Yeah, I mean, listen, were you good at tongue twisters growing up?
I was not.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 minute.
Is that Pete's, what is that, 5th serve now? Or 6th?
Is it still her serving?
no, maybe
it's not her
Pete.
serving anymore. No,
Someone
it already switched out. Yeah, it looks like number 13 had At least 4 or 5 serves in a row, I'd say. It's
Yeah.
where they got their lead. That is an impressive spike. The whole team knows when she's about to spike. They just kind of step back and smile from Marquette. It's actually kind of what's happening here.
Kaylee Burkhart cheering for Marquette. Also, great job with the pronunciations. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
He's been working on them. We actually work in the media department together, and he's just been in his office rehearsing the last name, so it's good to see.
Okay. That is a random
would
thing
be
to
funny.
say.
It would be funny to walk in and you're just practicing. Well, actually, you probably need to. Some of them, listen, we've been doing this long enough. People have
Yeah.
weird last names. I do too, right?
Yep.
So it can happen to anyone. Yours is probably one of the weirder ones we've heard.
Which is what?
Samson.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yep. Represents strength. It's a pretty good last name.
I don't know if that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Samson. I'm not sure what version of the Bible you're reading. Sorry, we have I've been neglecting my duties for the score here.
Marquette rallying back here. We've got Scalzitti. I remember her from last game. She had a really strong overhand serve there.
Is that the correct pronunciation?
Scalzitti, yes.
See, I'm glad you're doing this part of the job. I would not be brave enough to attempt it. 9-8, halfway through the second game, or almost, I'd say. Also in this room, Gabe, as you were talking about before, with it being split basketball court, there's not a whole lot of room, especially on the far side from where you are. The side that we're sitting on, where we're broadcasting from, has a little more room. Other side, though, it's pretty close to the wall.
Yes.
And it would be tough to get your depth perception in this room, especially for something like volleyball, where depth perception is very important. A little tougher for the teams.
Kaylee also adding in that Marquette plays Quinton Road during the regular season, but I think this is their first year at the tournament.
Is it? Marquette?
I thought it was one of their first seasons. I don't know if it's their first, but
maybe it's just because I've known the name my whole life.
When my wife was in school there, they weren't coming to the tournament here.
Okay.
So this might be their first season, or it might be one of their first seasons here.
At the tournament?
Yes.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Oh, watch out for the knees there.
All right, 12-9.
Abby Cook, the senior for Community, getting ready to serve. Again, another great game here. No blowouts here. It seems like it was pretty close the first game, and same thing here where it's pretty close.
It is close, but Community gave up that early lead.
They did.
Since then, they haven't scored too much. I mean, I guess they have. But Marquette's done a good job of trying to turn the game towards their favor. Number 14 is back into her what seems to be favorite position of being up front. Let's notice if she, after the serve, rotates over to that corner so she has a stronger spike angle. Yep. Okay, so she's moving over there.
Good strong hit from Pete there. Oh,
that is called out of bounds, I believe. Yes, it was. The score is somehow 12-12. They've been changing this on me. Sorry about that.
Oh, that one almost hit the net there.
You know that game I was just talking about, Gabe? I just realized the one that I'm still holding on to from 5th and 6th. Yeah, that was almost 20 years ago. Actually, it might have been 20 years ago.
It's crazy.
No, not quite. But still, it's a lot. 17, 18 years ago. If you were on that team that beat us in 5th and 6th and you're watching this, I hope your internet goes out. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Nah, just kidding. All right, Marquette up 14-12.
Muckenschnabel with those low serves that just drop once they cross the line there. Community calling a timeout here.
All right, 15-12.
James, what do you think the Community coach is telling her teammates here, or her players?
I mean, they're definitely, within striking distance of the win here. So I think that's what you're just trying to pull out. I don't have the team's records for today in front of me. But obviously, a win here is very important. It could determine if you're in the top half of the seeding. Obviously, you're going to play a team that is seated below you in the first game in the morning. And so getting that win early is very important in this tournament. It is a double elimination tournament, so there is consolation winner and all that. But obviously, you want to get into that winner's bracket as quick as possible. So I think I think I would just focus on keeping the game composed, and that's what they've done so far. That's why they're hanging in there. Only 3 points behind. It's really anyone's game at this point. All right, we are back. I can't see the score to update it for you. I'm sorry. I think it is 12 to 16 or 17. We will update that as soon as we're sure. Yeah, okay, so the ref is saying you need a point. That's what it is. Okay, good. So we have 13-15. All right, again, anybody's game, only 2 points now. Community does seem like they have the momentum coming into the end of this game here.
It's always good to get the point after a timeout, but unfortunately that serve after into the net there, 13-16.
It is a very fine line between a great serve and a missed serve.
Yes.
You're trying to put topspin on the ball and trying to snap your wrist. If the timing's off just a little bit, it goes into the net.
Oh, what a block there.
Yeah,
Pete going
block.
up.
Yeah, great block. Yeah, she touched the net. That is going to be called a point for Marquette. I guess it is Minutemen.
Pete just getting a little aggressive there, reaching over the net and touching it to try and go for a block.
It is tough to not do that. I would be doing that the whole game. Oh, and a great block by Jazzy Pete.
Stuffed at the net.
Love to see that.
We've got Rachel Shakir, the senior.
Yeah, it is tough nerves first day of the tournament, but you cannot be missing serves.
Yep. And you wonder, like we talked about earlier, how much of that just plays into how tired they could be from the earlier games that they've already been playing. I mean, these games started at 9 o'clock this morning, and these girls have, it seems like, have played nonstop. You get maybe a 30-minute break, hour break here and there.
Yeah, but the break is kind of weird. It's like not enough time to actually take a break, but it's too much time to just be ready for the next game. So it's definitely a different. It's different than a normal game. I mean, when we used to play games, it's like you get used to going to school and then playing later. But then at a tournament, it's like wake up early and play, and it's just different. So the girls trying to cope with that.
So it seems like Marquette's weakness right now might be that back row. I'm looking at number 14, Adioti. Again, she's great at the net, but it seems like she's been having some trouble in the back row receiving a serve.
Okay. Yeah, it could be. I mean, Community is hanging in there really well right now with that rotation for Marquette. Clearly, when number 14 is in the front row is when Marquette's their strongest.
Yep.
All right, say your last name, Gabe.
Kami Bayashiyama with the dropping serve there.
Very impressive.
That's the top spin. That's technique.
I kind of wish we hadn't gotten confirmation that you were saying the name properly, because it would have been kind of funnier if you were saying it wrong, butchering it the whole time. But that's just selfish.
Kaylee's mentioning that one of the Marquette coaches used to come to the tournament with Southside Baptist School.
Okay.
So she's been wanting to come back and compete again. I remember Southside coming to our tournament I don't believe that they're a school anymore.
Did they play? Were they in the basketball tournament or just volleyball? I remember seeing their banner in the school gym.
I don't remember if they played basketball, but I know that they were here,
I don't-
obviously, for volleyball.
I don't believe we played them in basketball.
We got a couple substitutions here, it looks like. We've got Ashlyn Sims in, and I believe they subbed in one more. Number 3 for Marquette, that's Caitlin Acosta. Interesting, wanting to see what the coach is doing with the subs. Maybe just trying to get some experience.
I think she's trying to get some. Yeah, I think she's just trying to get everybody a little playing time.
And that's the tough part as a coach. You want to balance. Obviously, you want to win and you want to stay in control of the game, but you also want to develop your younger players, get them experience.
Give them a chance to get in the game,
right? For the next year that they come back, so that they're not as rattled if it's their first time.
All right. Again, I am calling on all people watching on YouTube to please give us the name of Marquette. Explain Marquette Manor for us. Gabe's really big into etymologies.
Scalzitti not able to get it over.
Another community point here. This could get interesting, Gabe.
This could be. Lopez Ramirez here, the senior, getting ready to serve.
If they want to make a move, it's got to be now.
Yep.
That was good. If you can get your serve and the libero can't handle it, it's a good serve. All right. Good volley here between the two teams as they battle it out as this game winds down. I predict this, Gabe. Whoever wins this point will win the game. All right? This is my prediction.
Okay.
Yes, this is what I say.
Here we go.
You know, it's a big thing to say because community is down. All right. Looks like community is going to win. I'm just saying. It's my prediction.
Lopez Ramirez getting ready to serve again.
She's got a good serve, Gabe.
She does.
Only down 2 points.
Oh,
that was a great serve.
So close to the net.
That was really close to the net.
And that's what you were talking about earlier, that fine line between a great serve and a bad serve.
The best serve.
Oh,
that was good. Hey, listen, the prediction game, I'm not a betting man. But if I was, I'd actually lose a lot of money. There's no chance.
Lopez Ramirez for her, I believe, 3rd serve here.
It's at least serve number 3. Oh, that was close.
We should get some line judges in here.
I wonder, because some of the Marquette players looked like almost pleadingly at the ref. I think they thought it was in.
Coffee there with a good serve.
All right. The dream stays alive, Gabriel.
Now, James, I just need to ask.
Anybody answered yet on the name of Marquette?
No one on the name of Marquette.
Marquette Manor specifically. Okay.
So these games are win by 2. Is there a cap at these games? Is it
I
27,
believe
30?
These are just 25 straight.
25 straight.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not win by 2.
I've not seen one go higher, but I don't think I've seen any that are less than 1.
Oh,
Jazzy Pete runs the other side of the court. You're allowed to do that.
You are. You are.
I think you. That's weird. I think you have to run outside of the post, or the thing that's holding up the net.
Sure.
But in this case, you can't. So I think then maybe you're just able to do it out of bounds. Maybe.
I don't know.
How does that?
Maybe.
How does that sound?
Well, just like that, 25 has been reached by Marquette. James, any closing thoughts on this?
It was a great game. It was fun to watch. We obviously hope for the best for both teams going into the bracket play tomorrow.
Thank you for watching us here on the Eagles Sports Network. We've got another game coming up for you next here. Again, tell your family, tell your friends they can watch this game by going to YouTube and searching Eagles Sports Network. We've got a full day tomorrow and the rest of the day today with a bunch of great games. I'm Gabe Sampson. That was James Derian and our camera operator, Lucas. Signing off here. Thanks again for watching.
Thank you.